see here is a small version of the water tank. The small water tank, 4.5 gallon, the big one, 8 gallon. Thanks to the seller for providing both tanks. Today we're talking about the small version, about a 4.5 liter, and this one mounts right to the hitch if you want to. And I'll show you the material and what we need to set up that it fits, and then we'll pressurize it to 60 PSI. What's in the shipping box is not a surprise. It's the water tank, the hose, and then we have some other goodies which are hidden in here. And we'll unpack them now. First of all, we've EASEORD, Vehicle Pre-Pressurized Water. Vehicle Pre-Pressurized Camping Shower. That's what it's called, and that's a little manual. Then we have also a checklist what should be in here. We'll go there later. We have some fittings. We have some mounting screws. Some more screws. Some more fittings and valves. Some tape. More screws. We do have a trailer lock, hitch adapter. An additional fitting and valve. And then we have also mounting brackets, mounting adapter for the hitch. That should be the quick releasing, I guess. We'll see. We'll get there in a minute. So they provide, read before using. I highly encourage you to read it before you do anything else, especially the paragraph where it says do not pressurize over 60 psi, otherwise it could lead to safety accident or death. So be careful with that one. The packing list, then we have here on the back a roof rack installation. But I do not want to mount it to the roof, I want to mount it to the hitch. So check this side. Trailer hitch mount. We'll do it step by step, step 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah, then we'll do the installation of the valve, and also we'll fill it with water when we have hopefully successfully mounted it to the hitch. Let's start with step 1. For step 1, we'll start with the bracket, with the hitch, and with the screws, the shorter screws and more beefy screws, you will see it. But what you need to do, you have to align the holes here basically, and that's very, very important. Did you do it correct? So you have to check on your car, where will you mount the tank? That's very important. So check that on your car. I'll go out, I will check it on my car really quick to understand how high or low I have to mount it, because this bracket is the bracket which goes onto the tank. Just to give you a little understanding, this is the bracket. It comes with those notches here. They have to slide into the track here in the tank. And to give you more understanding, this is the tank. This is top. This is the side which goes towards the hitch. So it means when I have this bracket, I have to align it with those tracks, and when I have it the wrong way, it will not fit, because they don't align. But when you have it the right way, it will fit, which means it fits in it. Now I can slide it all the way over here. Now it's tight. And what will happen later, we'll have those fasteners. So first of all, we'll attach obviously the hitch on here, and later we have to align it with the middle, in the middle, and then we can see we can slide here some pins in, where it's basically tightening down. And then this one is not going nowhere. At least that's what I hope. So try to check with the car with my cheap Wrangler gel, everything stock, how high I can go. And I think I found a setting for me at least. So this is how high I should go, the second to the top row. Now I need to insert all the screws, washers, and the nylon nuts. And you can see already here that those screws or bolts, they fit perfectly in here, so they should not move a lot. Let's get the installation out of the way. I'll need to insert the bolts first. But make sure you put it in the right hole, like this. So I'll slide it in, because I think that's the easiest for me to tighten everything down. Regarding the hitch, it doesn't matter as long as everything fits. Washer, as well as spring washer. Put it on. I'll also use the nylon locks. Hand tighten them on there. So what I'm using is a socket. I feel like it's easiest. So there's one thing I'm missing a little bit, and I have not found it yet. There's no torque value to this, so yeah, torque value would be amazing, but I do not see it. You also don't want to over tighten everything, but you want to have it really snug, tight, because that's the part where you do not want to get loose. So we have done the first step, and therefore we use the short screws. And what's hard to read here is for sure that there are the washers. You have to guess a little bit. That's what it looks like. The next, into the bracket, into the car rear trailer hole. So we'll do that now. And then the next one will be with those quick adjustments here, quick adjustment screws. So when I say quick adjustment screws, how easy or how difficult they are. I saw some reviews and they were more or less complaining, I think, that's not as quick. The way how this works is you have the bolt, you slide into it, then you have the washer, you have the spring washer, and then you have this wing nut kind of thing, I would say. That's how you make it probably quicker, that you can release it and attach it and detach it. I'll give it a try. So it means you have to make sure that you slide it in here, because that's where the thicker part is. That's where the head should fit in, because here on the side you're not able to, so you fit it in here, hopefully. Or maybe not. Oh, that's more difficult to get in than I expected, to be honest. It's definitely on the tighter side. So what you can do is sliding it out on one side completely. So it means one side completely sliding it out. It does fit in here. It also fits in here. But the problem is that they are not aligned 100%, I would say. Here you can feel that there's a little gap. So it does work when you have a certain angle. Let's try the second one. You have to wiggle a little bit and then, oh, and then it goes in. Nice. I would say this gap here is not a 100% fit, but with a little wiggle you get it in. It could be a little bit more or better of a fit, but hey, it works. So far it looks like. Apparently they should be all the way on the outside and as middle as possible, obviously. If you can get it in. It's not too bad. And then you tighten it down. Possibly that you can still release it. So I might have to move this one lower, because now it's higher than I anticipated. Those are a little higher than this cap, so it means it might be. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. Because they're in an angle, so maybe I'm wrong. Let me put it on and let's see if it fits. I'm curious about rattling it, and this is amazing. This is pretty cool, to be honest. Look at this. You have it. As well as this side. Let me give you one quick overview here, what will work and what we have to do later to pressurize it. It does also have this outlet which we have to close. It also comes with a gasket in here. The valve where we pressurize it, the Schrader valve. When you have a compressor, great, up to 60 PSI. We'll do it later. And this one is where you can fill in water. And this one is a pressure release valve, which means when it's more than 60 PSI, this one should release the pressure. That's what it should be. Hopefully it is. Before we put it in the car, we can slide it in, but we have nothing to hold it on. So that's why they also have this trailer lock. You have to put in the key. This is the lock position. Putting the key, turning it. Oh, this should be the unlock position, so it just comes right off. And to close it, put it in, close it. It also should act as a safety feature. So let's see how much safety it is. And I'll try to install it now. Ooh, that's a tight fit. Nice. Look at that. It works pretty well, if you ask me. They just fit barely when you open it with a stock tire. That's what it looks on the other side. And we have sticking out not too much. Side profile. Pretty nice. I'm surprised. Surprised and happy. Look at this. There's one caveat to it which I want to show you, and I hope you can see it. And it's basically that you can wiggle around here. You can wiggle this. You might need, or you might want to have a anti-rattle kit or something you can install. And then this one is not rattling at all, which would add up basically to not quick release it maybe anymore. I think we're good to go to fill water in it and pressurize it. Then again, we got one, two. One which is pre-installed, and another one which is a spare set. Same with the gasket, we got a second one. So let's put it on. So I'm using the pre-taped part. That's the best. And we'll screw it in, see how far it works, because it looks pretty thick. What it does. Nice. And let's see how far we can go. I think one more turn. And that's what it is, yeah. So that's where you want to go. You want to go in this direction, point it towards the back, because the front, you might want to slide it in and out. That's how it's closed. And the pressurizing part, since I have done it also already with the other one, I'll just let the time lapse run. Remember, there's a gasket, don't lose it. Fill it all the way up to the top. Closing it, hand tight. Opening the shorter valve. Currently it's 0. Now we have 35. Max is 60. Remember, the fuller it is, the less pressure you have to put in. 55. Nice. Ooh. Nice. Here we are. Not sure why I'm so yellow, but it is what it is. Water pressure is okay. The hose could be higher quality, which is, you can replace it because the fittings are universal, so that's nice. I would say there's still water left, and I would need to pressurize it again to get more pressure on it. That's something which there you have it. The installation is fairly simple, luckily. I do like the hitch the most, and I do like the size as well. We'll see, I will test how long the water pressure will last, because otherwise we'll have to use one of those pumps I showed you earlier, which was also in the description below. As well as there's also a water tank, there's a discount code also in the description below. Well, you can now watch me taking it off, and if I struggle or not, just watch it. It's hard to get it off because the angle is not good, so I'll take the hitch off. I think that's the easiest, to be honest. This is the quick connect. Those ones, really hard to get off, especially when the weight is pulling it on and when it's settled. I think that's really hard. So we'll see. Maybe it settles a little bit, maybe it's getting better and easier, but for now, it did work when I take even the hitch off. But this is the reason why it's harder to get it out, because it was pushing one direction, so a little bummer, small bummer. But you can get it off like this. I'll try to get a real test in the nature, so I can tell you and report does it work or not. But I'll follow up in another video with this stuff. So for now we'll test it. That's how the installation is. And this was fairly easy, to be honest, and no really skills needed, to be very honest, but you have to tighten down the nuts and everything else probably. Thanks for watching. Tschüss.